Hey everyone, it's Jason. We have another DC deck building game crossover pack number 4. Who watches the Watchmen? With good old Rorschach on the front here. Alright, so this one is a little bit different because it plays like all the other ones, mixes in like everything else, but it has some hidden role cards and some loyalty cards and some other additional stuff there. So that's kind of neat. So we'll get to those when we get to those. But first, let's look at our heroes. We have Night Owl. Each time you play an equipment during your turn, you may put a card from your discard pile on the bottom of your deck. So it's kind of like Batman-ish, which is where he's kind of based off of. Yeah, so you play an equipment, you put a card from your discard, and you get your deck stacked again. Ozymandias. Oh boy, I don't know why that was struggling to creep out of my mouth. At the end of each of your turns, draw an extra card. Then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. So you kind of just play with fate a little bit. That's kind of neat. Because then you could be like, draw a card, be like, alright, I don't want this weakness this turn, put it back on there, and you can keep shuffling that weakness back into your deck until you have a way to get rid of it. Here we have Rorschach. Once during each of your turns, you may discard a card from your hand to play the top card of another player's deck, then return it. So it's all about discarding cards from your hand. Or just shuffling your card around. There's some neat abilities. Dr. Manhattan. The second time you play a superpower during each of your turns, you may destroy a card in your hand. The Comedian. The first time, or pay one less to buy attack cards. The first time you play a villain during each of your turns, draw a card. That's definitely a neat one to play. You saw you could mix these into other sets very easily because they don't have any odd gimmicks like the other crossover expansions you've had so far. Each time you play a hero during your turn, with the top card of your deck, you may discard it. Alright, it's also sort of neat just to point out is they're all standing by the back, so it looks like the wall you'd stand up for like a lineup. Plus it all looks like new artwork, which is really cool. Versus just ripped right from the comic books. Alright, so let's first look at the interesting new cards we got. We have Hollis Mason, +3 power. Destroy all non-equipment cards in the lineup and then replace them. Oh boy, that's a mean card. Sally Justice Spec. Gain the top card of the main deck. If it costs 4 or less, repeat this process. If it costs 6 or greater, destroy it. We have some Rioters for villains, +3 power. Destroy all non-villain cards in the lineup and then replace them. Mullock the Mystic, +3 power. Reveal the top card of your deck. You may destroy it. If you do, each other player destroys the top card of their deck. Oh, that could be really mean for competitive. Or if you're playing and everyone's like, hey, I know I got this card, I can afford to get rid of this. It could be super helpful. The Night Owl Mask equipment, +2 power, and choose 2 players. Each chosen player draws a card, then destroys the top 2 cards of the main deck. So it's good, except for destroying cards from the main deck can be very gambly, and if the main deck runs out, you lose the game. As for some of these cards, are like +3 power, destroy all non-hero cards in the lineup, then replace them. So that could help you find other cards quick, except you're also going to be burning through the main deck really quick. Rorschach's Mask, +2 power. If this is the first card you play this turn, each player discards their hand and draws 4 cards. Superpower, Reconstruction, +3 power. Destroy all non-superpower cards in the lineup and replace them. Duplication, choose another card you haven't played. Play it twice. Each other player destroys a card with that name in their hand or discard pile. Oh boy, that could suck. Disintegration. You may pay 15 power. If you do, remove cards from the game, then destroy a loyal superhero or a current challenge. Okay, so now this one's a little bit different because it's only going to work with this set. Because you have to have a loyal superhero current challenge. There is another set that does have one of the crisis sets, I think, adds some of these challenges and loyalty. So it could be used in one of them, but it's going to be a really hard to use card. But that's fine. You have one card that's really unique or set to that. That's okay. Then finally, we just have New York City. During each of your turns, you may buy one card from the destroyed pile as if it were in the lineup. If you do, destroy the top card of the main deck. Alright. And then, now this is what is different. We don't have any traditional supervillains like we do in the other thing. We have loyalty cards. We have villainous machinations. We have some master plans, or mastermind plots, sorry. Challenge levels 1, 2, and 3. So before I reveal these, obviously this is a, unboxing component video. There's going to be spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers for what these plots and stuff are in this game, stop watching. You've seen all the other cards. Just know that they are in here and they do stuff. Otherwise, we're going to flip these over and start seeing what some of these do. And I was thinking there was a rules card for this, but I don't. I don't seem to have one, so I'm not sure where my rules card went to explain what some of this does. There's probably like a little pamphlet, and I got it set somewhere with the other instruction books. So, hopefully I'll be able to figure this out and well enough to explain it to you. So here's all our different loyalty cards. You hand these out at the beginning of the game. So loyalty cards, so that's why you hand these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 loyalty cards, 1 mastermind. So this is essentially you hand these to people face down. You don't know who's helping you and who's not. So loyalty cards, you want to contribute to the challenges and make sure the main deck doesn't run out of cards. And there's a lot of cards in here that were destroy these cards from the lineup, to gain 3 power, but then they refill. So you have to determine if someone plays that card, like, did they really just need that 3 power to buy something, or are they searching for a specific card, or were they trying to run the deck out quicker? And it could be the difference between if there's, like, destroy all the superhero, or all the super power cards, and there's 4 superpower cards, versus if there's 1. If there's only 1, 3 power for 1 card's not bad. 3 power could cost 4 cards, And that's the thing, you don't know who's who, and you don't have to play with these. This is an alternate mode, and you can include this essentially with any game, but obviously these cards have a lot of stuff that are meant to help destroy or mess up the game. So you are a secret mastermind. You want to collect all the cards needed for the public Villainous Machination card. If the main deck runs out of the lineup and cannot be refilled, you win the game. So that is that. So let's look at our Villainous Machination cards. So these are kind of like our plots for the game. So we have Equipped for Mayhem. If the secret mastermind plays the following cards during a single turn, they add their mastermind plot to the challenge area. So 4 or greater equipment, hero of 3 costs or less, 3 or less equipment, 4 or greater equipment, or a 4 or greater villain. So if they play those 5 cards, alright, and then we have Outright Villainy. If the secret mastermind plays with the following cards during a single turn, they add their mastermind plot to the challenge area. 3 or less cost villain, 4 cost villain, 4 or greater superpower, 5 or greater hero, 5 or greater villain. Move the heroes like pawns. so they have to play hero of 3 or less, 4 or greater villain, 5 or greater superpower, 5 or greater hero. And then power up for progress. 4 or greater superpower, 3 cost superpower, 4 or less villain, 4 or greater superpower, or 5 or greater equipment. It's got 4 different plots you can do. Alright, what do we have left? We have challenges, our mastermind plots, and challenges. Oh no. Alright. Oh, I had to sneeze, sorry. I didn't want everyone to go deaf from that. Alright, so these are the mastermind plots. These are kind of what we're trying to do. So we have Death by 1,000 Cuts, Secret Mastermind Ongoing. Each time you play a card with a cost of 2 or 3 during your turn, destroy the top card of the main deck. Alright, loyal players. When you attempt to beat this challenge, each other loyal player may contribute 1 random card from their hand to the fight. So you're trying to get 22. These are essentially like your villains for the game. And you're trying to do different things. So here we have Turn the World Against Itself. Secret Mastermind. Each time you play a villain during your turn, destroy the top card of the main deck. Loyal players. When you attempt to beat this challenge, each other loyal player may add 1 random card to the fight. So this one's a 24. We have a 23. Subversion of Heroes. Each time you play a hero during your turn, destroy the top card of the deck. And then the loyal players can always add more. So Demonstration of Power. Each time you play a superpower, you may destroy the top card. That one's worth 21. And Technological Breakthrough. Each time you play an equipment, and to beat this, so players may add 1 random card from their hand to the fight. That's the keyword though, 1 random card. They don't get to choose, so they might get something that's helpful, and they might not. So it's 1 for each different cost thing. Couple of different things there. I'm assuming at some point you can reveal whether you're loyal or not. I don't know when. So now we have some different challenge levels. So we have challenge level 1, 2, and 3. So a challenge level 1 says ongoing. During your turn, you may pay 2 power. If you do not, draw 1 fewer cards at the end of your turn. To beat, contribute 2 ticks, 2 attack or defense, 2 villains, and 2 heroes. Now this is where your secret loyalty can go in, because someone could contribute so that no one knows it's you, while you're secretly still trying to do your other stuff. Or, you could keep ignoring it, like, no, I can't afford to do this, and then someone would be like, okay, that's suspicious of him. And again, like, you may pay 2 power. If you do not, draw 1 fewer cards. So you have to just bait, and again, if you do it or you don't, people can get suspicious. And then we have the Keen Act. Superhero abilities are blank. To beat, contribute 3 heroes, 2 equipment, 4 superpowers, and 2 villains. And usually contribute, if I'm correct from the Crisis sets, essentially means you have to get rid of them. You can't use them anymore. You gotta discard them or KO them. So here we have challenge level 2. Cancer Scare. Each time a card with a cost of 6 or greater enters the lineup, attack each player gains a weakness. To beat this, 3 weakness, destroy 3 cards, keep a tally, 2 superpowers with a cost of 4 or greater, 3 heroes with a cost of 5 or greater. And then Nixon. At the end of your turn, if you did not play an attack, add the top card of the main deck to the lineup. To beat, 3 equipment, 3 villains, 2 heroes with a cost of 5 or less, 1 card with a cost of 7 or greater. And then finally we have Alien Invasion, ongoing. Each time an attack enters the lineup, destroy it, or the destroyed pile, making an attack against all players. To beat, contribute 2 Watchmen cards. Ooh, wow. 2 equipment with 4 or less, 3 starters, and 5 villains. Or 3 villains with a cost of 5 or more. And then the nuclear clock. At the start of each player's turn, that player puts a card with a cost of 3 from the lineup under this card. When there are 12 cards, the secret mastermind gains them and places them into their hand. Contribute 2 Watchmen, 2 locations from in play. Oh boy, it's even worse. 2 superpowers, and 2 cards with a cost of 6 or greater. Alright, so that's the Watchmen cards. Alright, everyone, so that was Watchmen crossover pack. Yeah, the loyalty, hidden role, all that stuff. Adds for a definitely interesting way to play the game. I just took a quick look to see if I could find my rule book for it, and I don't know where it went. I was trying to see online exactly how to do that stuff, so I'm not 100% sure. There is a book, it comes with it that tells you how to play it. I just failed to have it on me at this time. But essentially, it's supposed to be as each person takes one of the hidden role cards, and then decide who goes towards it, and then at some point, either you hit like one of the challenge level 3, because it's 1, 2s, and 3s. When you hit 3, then the villain's automatically revealed. Or if they complete their special plot, then it's revealed when they can play that. Otherwise, yeah, you don't know what they're trying to do. So you're not sure like who you should let have what cards or who you should help or hurt. Yeah, so that's an interesting little mechanic to the game. Alright, that's what we got for Watchmen. Check out all the other videos. See you guys later. Bye.